What's up, soldiers? I'm Ned Alliance. Today I'm re-releasing one of my older podcasts because I haven't done a podcast with Psychotech and Big Pipe for a couple months now. And we're going to be bringing back the bi-weekly/monthly release. So I'm re-releasing this video for newer subs so they can kind of get a good feel of how things would work. We're actually going to be doing one about The Last Jedi right after seeing the film. So make sure to like, subscribe, and turn notifications for that. But with that said, enjoy the video. What's up, Net Soldiers? I'm the Ned Alliance, here joined with my friends
Big Pipe 24.
Psychotech.
And today we're going to be calculating the best of the best lightsaber fights in the Star Wars live action movies. So we won't be doing any Clone Wars or Rebels. If you want to see that, let us know in the comments below. So we compiled a list of 16 different fights. Well, there's actually only 15 lightsaber fights altogether, but I added an extra one, so you'll see which one that is. So we're going to be going down. We have the 16 seeded. The seeds go down from how we see them through the movies, so from episode 1 to episode 7, so it's all chronological, so that's what you're going to be seeing through it. So is everybody ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Our first seed is Qui-Gon versus Maul episode 1 versus Rey versus Kylo episode 7. You know what that is?
Yep, I'm
The very first fight versus the very last
fight. Yep.
So let's go. Who wants to go first?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say Qui-Gon versus Maul.
Really?
I'm gonna say the same thing, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Qui-Gon versus Maul on Tatooine.
Oh, on Tatooine?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I should have stated that.
You should have stated that better. I'm sorry.
We get to that fight later.
I'm sorry. Switch it. I'm sorry.
No, Kylo.
Okay, good. I was gonna say Kylo too.
You were specific about that one.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So Rey versus Kylo, I gotta say, it's just more. There's much more going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Although
this fight, it's more like they're running away from Mos Eisley, and Qui-Gon's just like, Anakin, duck!
Yeah.
He ducks.
It's not really even a fight, but like I said,
Yeah.
I had to get 16
Yeah,
seeds. I mean, it counts because lightsabers clashed.
Yeah.
That's accounting.
Yeah.
So either lightsabers and like some other like type of lightsaber thing has to clash to make like a lightsaber battle essentially. So
Yeah.
okay, so that one's out. We're moving up. 16 seed is up. Okay, look at that. Look, the number 16 seed take over the first seed.
It's because we all agreed.
I mean, yeah.
But I really
it's
thought...
not based on like anything like.
But now see if it was later.
Yeah, if it was later on, then that would have won.
Yeah.
Well,
that was different.
We might see that matchup. We don't know. All right, moving on to our number 8 seed versus our number 9 seed. We have Mace Windu and Palpatine episode 3 versus Yoda and Palpatine episode 3.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
So same movie,
same
villain,
different fight scene.
different Jedi.
Yes.
And yeah, different fight scene. I'm gonna go ahead and say Mace versus.
Wow, really? Mace versus Palpatine. What was that?
Mace versus Palpatine. I think that there was a little bit more action that I liked. There's a little bit more of the actions that were taken that I like to see.
It seemed more of a grounded
aggressive
fight.
in my opinion.
It seemed like more like a real lightsaber fight essentially because it's just like two guys going at it. You know what I mean?
I just like
they weren't like it wasn't like one guy versus a CGI Yoda. So it seemed more like
lifelike
and all that.
So I like seeing the lifelike and the realism of it. And I liked how like you saw Mace Windu take down Palpatine. I mean, of course, then he got killed because of Anakin, but I just like to see how he like overthrew him. Like Yoda kind of like didn't really beat him.
Yeah, there was more aggression in the fight with Mace versus Palpatine.
Yeah, you can kind of feel it more.
Like,
but I mean, overall, like so you'd say Mace versus Palpatine.
Yeah.
Right? What would you say?
I'm gonna say the same thing because
Mace versus Palpatine. Okay.
Yeah, because it's like I feel like Yoda versus Palpatine didn't really need to happen.
That's a good point. That was thrown in there just to kind of like
fill
fan service essentially.
Yeah, no,
but it's still a fun fight. You know what I mean?
It was still a good fight, but like
it's short but sweet type of fight.
Yeah, it was just kind of like filler, so it just wasn't constantly Anakin and Obi-Wan going at it like for like 20 minutes or however long that fight is.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, personally, if I'm choosing between the both of them, I like both, but I think I gotta go with Yoda and Palpatine. I don't know. I just like how like it builds up. Like I like how Yoda like just like crap talks Palpatine. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the only Jedi that Palpatine's actually afraid of is Yoda. So like if you notice in like the movie, he actually tries to run away from Yoda, but Yoda jumps in his way. He's like, "If so powerful you are, why leave? You know
I
what
remember
mean?
that.
Like that. I don't know. Like that's like an awesome thing for Yoda to do. So, but I mean, you guys outrank me. So, moving on. That's number 8 moving up. Mace Windu and Palpatine going on to the next round. So here we are. Round 3. We have Anakin versus Dooku, Episode 2. Okay. Versus Luke versus Vader, Episode 6. I like the fact that Anakin uses 2 lightsabers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, I have to give it to Luke versus Vader, Episode 6. I don't know. It's something about the rage behind, like the fact that like Anakin or Luke is dealing with that rage while he's like fighting Vader. You know, I don't know. I just think that's like so. There's so much more going on with the fight with the Vader and Luke compared to like Anakin and Dooku's. But I mean, that's just me, of course. What do you like, you Psycho?
I'm gonna have to say Anakin versus Dooku.
Oh wow, why is that?
Because the thing I enjoy about the prequel trilogies is, you know, just watching Anakin's rise to power as Darth Vader, and that's just kind of like his first realization, you know, I'm not as powerful as I think I am.
Oh, that's a good point too, yeah. Like Dooku.
He's like, he holds his own against Dooku, don't get me wrong, but after a while, Dooku's just like, oh hey, here's a mistake.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
He's like, you have been dishonored.
Oh Jesus.
I like the Luke versus Vader. I like the dramaticness of it. The fact that he's fighting his father is pretty cool. Not to mention it was a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more action in it. I just felt like the one with Dooku was a little bit shorter, I would say.
Yeah.
And it was cool, but like I don't know. I liked seeing Anakin fall a little bit because they're building up to be really powerful and Dooku can take him out.
That's a cool aspect of it.
But I like that Vader also took out Luke a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
So.
It was definitely more like I'd say like the second one in Episode 2 is more to show Anakin how much Anakin still has to learn.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And in Episode 6 is to show how far Luke has become. You know, and the fact that he can actually take on Vader, it's interesting. So, so you say Vader?
Yes.
Okay, so Vader, and you say Dooku. Okay, so Dooku's
They're
out.
both good fights. Don't get me wrong.
Don't worry, we'll see more of Dooku. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
He's almost every single fight. So, move on
Is
there.
he actually?
Actually, yeah, he's in like I think like 5 or 6 of these fights.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I don't notice him that much.
Well, I mean, you'll see why. You'll explain why then. So I
okay.
kind of had to take some liberties to get to 16 fights. So
I guess
you'll
he
see
is
what
in
I
a
mean.
bunch.
Okay,
But
number
not
5,
that many.
Yoda versus Dooku, Episode 2.
Oh my god.
Well, that
Versus-
Okay, you're stretching it now.
that was
See,
a
that's what I said.
lightsaber fight though.
Yeah.
That
Luke
was a
versus
legit
Vader, Episode 5. Okay, so we got Yoda versus Dooku, Episode 2, versus Luke versus Vader, Episode 5. I will say, I know like a lot of people don't like the fact that Yoda used a lightsaber, but honestly, I think that's cool. It makes sense. Why would he not use a lightsaber?
Yeah, he's a Jedi.
I understand the whole idea. Well, he's more inquisitive. You know, he uses the Force more than he uses lightsaber, which that makes sense for his stature and how long he's been a Jedi. 900 years. So, I mean, that would make sense. But he's still a Jedi. Like, let him have some lightsaber fighting. You know what I mean? I like the fact that you're just not expecting it when it happens. You know, he just walks out. He's like, "Oh, what is Yoda gonna do?" And Yoda's like, "Oh," just jumping around like a little spider monkey. It's just funny. So I was like, I don't know. I really like that aspect of the fight. The Luke versus Vader fight in Episode 5 is like iconic. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I wouldn't say it's nearly as much action oriented, but like the thing is, where I'd say Yoda versus Dooku was a lot of action. The emotion wasn't as prevalent as it is in.
Yeah, it was
Luke
like
versus
Yoda
Vader
showed
fight.
up to save their ass.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, so I'm gonna say out of the two of them, I have to choose Luke versus Vader, Episode 5. Although I would say I'd rather watch Dooku versus Yoda because it's like more of like a fun fight. Like it's like
more
this is so
action.
fun to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I'd say Luke versus Vader is definitely a better fight altogether. So what would you say?
Well, I've been thinking about it. I like the Yoda versus Dooku because it's like two powerful beings going at it, but it wasn't as I don't know. I thought it could be a little bit more. Then again,
It wasn't very
now that I think
dramatic.
about it, it was pretty aggressive. It was good.
But it was just kind of like,
It was short though.
yeah, it was short and like
It was short. Yeah.
you watch the first movie and a good part of the second movie thinking like, oh, Yoda's this all-powerful Jedi.
Yeah, like he should be able to beat him easily.
Yeah, he should have been able to beat Dooku, especially
he essentially, I mean, Dooku did run away. If you think about it, the fight lasted a short period of time.
Technically, yeah,
Dooku did kind of lose that. I mean, he did lose that fight. He ran away and escaped because he used the Force and was going to make that pillar fall on Anakin. He basically, I mean, he just did a distraction so he escaped. He ran away. He was a coward. But if you think about it, I think that of course Yoda would have beat him. But the Luke versus Vader was pretty inspirational too. That was a very dramatic and entertaining fight scene. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Luke versus Vader. Were you gonna say Luke versus Vader too?
Yeah, because
I figure we're all gonna choose.
Yeah, because it's just like when you think about it, like even though it's the second lightsaber fight that like overall to come out, like that is like probably like one of the iconic.
Yeah, that's true. That essentially like where the fourth one made the lightsaber fights with Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader. When you see like the Empire Strikes Back, like, that like evolved it. That's like what made it what it is now today, essentially. I mean, I'd say, of course, the Phantom Menace then like picked it up a notch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they definitely.
But it kind of showed what they can possibly get to in the future. So that's interesting. So I guess Luke versus Vader episode 5 is moving on. Now on to our next round. We have Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan versus Maul on episode 1. This is the final fight in episode 1 versus Finn versus Kylo episode 7. Which was like 2 seconds.
Episode one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's already gone. I figured that one was gonna win. Yeah, so.
It only lasts a few seconds.
Yeah, Finn's like, just like.
Kylo,
you know what? He did get a hit on Kylo.
And then Kylo's just like, it's like,
I think he went and swung and he didn't realize that he was gonna hit him. And he just kind of pierced him a little bit. He was like, bam! And he got angry and I was like, oh, that sucks.
It was good. Alright, so in our next round we have Obi-Wan versus General Grievous episode 3 versus Anakin versus Obi-Wan episode 3.
Oh. Like, I'm actually disappointed at this matchup here. Like obviously Anakin and Obi-Wan, like I'm gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
But like Obi-Wan versus Grievous, like that
was a good fight.
Yeah, that is a good fight.
Even though I don't like the way he died.
I would say their lightsaber fight was, I mean, like their fight was like pretty interesting because like it goes around, like it's not much like a lightsaber fight, but their lightsaber fight lasts like 5 seconds, technically. You know what I mean? True. He gets his arms cut off and then like he's like, oh god, now I gotta go take my wheel spinning thing.
Yeah, but then they go.
Let me get my lizard chicken thing. Yup.
So
yeah, but then they fight again on the next platform.
But no, and they do use those vibro blade thingies. They use those lecture staffs. So technically, you could count that as a part lightsaber battle.
You could take, but Anakin versus Obi-Wan, that's my favorite.
Overall, Anakin and Obi-Wan.
That's my favorite fight scene. So I have to pick that. I'm just saying that wasn't a bad fight scene. It really wasn't. It was short, but it was actually not that bad. And I don't like the way
it could have been longer.
Died.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
If you think about it, they could have continued battling. Then he could have cut off both of his arms. He could have ran away like a coward, met up, and then they could have battled again, and then he could have died by a lightsaber. Instead of the way he did die. Instead of making it a short battle and then running away, and then he died from a lightsaber. I mean, a blast from a gun. That was stupid. Yeah. They could have changed that to make it so much more epic.
Yeah,
so much better. They underused the shit out of Grievous.
Grievous got underused.
He got underused so hard. I was so pissed about that.
He could have been such an interesting character.
Yeah, he was.
Whatever.
You could have used it. Yeah, they could have used him so much more.
I mean, they used him better in the Clone Wars. So.
Yeah. Clone Wars did better with him.
Yeah, but still.
Especially like the original Clone Wars, like the cartoon.
Yes.
Like.
I agree.
He was not even like the 3D animation one, like the cartoon one from 2003, man. Like 2005.
I saw it, he was good.
Demolished everyone. He took on Coyote-Mundi. Ayla Secura, Shakti, Kukrook.
He was like the big bad guy in that time period. It was really cool. This is why they really fucked up in the movies. They didn't use it like they should have.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to our next round, we have Obi-Wan versus Dooku episode 2 versus Finn versus Traitor episode 7. Okay, so this is
what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna give it to Traitor. I'm giving it to Traitor. I don't care what anyone else says.
Finn versus.
Remember the one guy who's like, traitor!
Yes.
Yeah. It's like, traitor! Honestly, I think I'll go with the Finn versus Traitor too. That was a more entertaining fight than Obi-Wan versus Dooku.
Yeah.
Because Obi-Wan versus Dooku lasted like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was just like, oh hey, fight, stab in the arm, stab in the leg, you're down. That was it. Yeah, no, I'm going with
you guys already beat me with Finn versus Traitor. I liked both though, but the Finn versus Traitor was a little bit more entertaining. Traitor.
That was like the Battle of Liberties because Obi-Wan versus you consider Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Yoda versus Dooku fight. You could consider that like one fight, but then like I split it up. So then, and the Finn versus Traitor is not an actual lightsaber duel, but whatever. It's technically counts because
there's a lightsaber in it.
And like a vibroblade or a electric blade.
Whatever we want to call it.
Yeah. Okay, so now for the final round of the beginning seeds here we have Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku episode 3 versus Obi versus Vader episode 4.
Wait, so you combine them now? Obi-Wan and
Well, because it was both of them.
They both happened at the same time. Like there wasn't.
Oh, okay. So you're not splitting them up though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku episode 3 versus Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader episode 4. So right away, I'm just gonna say Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku.
Yeah, that was just the better fight.
That was a way better fight.
I mean, it was short. Still, I could have used a little longer. I mean, but the thing is, like Revenge of the
Sith.
Sith,
Short.
Almost every fight in Revenge of the Sith is like it's short. Could have been a little longer.
I agree with that. But that fight wasn't that short because they were battling it out for a while, and then Obi-Wan got taken down, but then Anakin kept fighting.
Well, Obi-Wan essentially got taken down like right away.
Yeah,
This should be Anakin versus.
They could have used him more. I don't know why they do that. They don't use characters right. Why?
And although Obi-Wan versus Vader is iconic, I get it. When it comes down to it, it's a boring. It's a boring fight.
It's just
I hate when I have like people who defend the fight. I mean, here's the thing. I like the fight. Don't get me wrong. Okay, but you can't defend it against like a good chunk of the prequel fights. You know what I mean?
It was kind of boring.
Maybe Maul versus Qui-Gon episode 1 on Tatooine. You could probably defend it against because whatever. But like,
well, it comes down to like the ones that where it's like where Obi-Wan and Maul are going at it like all in.
Well, the thing I like about Revenge of the Sith, this fight specifically, is it shows us how far Anakin has come. Do you know
exactly.
What I mean? And I think it nails it with him beating Dooku. So I mean that's why that's why I put it there.
And using the two lightsabers as iconic, one red, one blue, showing.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That was good imagery. That was a good way to show like he's on the
good versus bad, like right on the edge.
He's balancing.
Balance, yeah.
So I like that. So there we go. Okay, so the first rounds are done. We're moving on to the next ones here. Are we ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay. Starting with number 16 seed, we have Rey versus Kylo, episode 7, versus Mace Windu versus Palpatine, episode 3.
I'm giving it to Mace.
Mace and Palpatine.
Yeah,
me too.
They were better.
Yeah.
It was just a better fight, more action.
It was
the Kylo versus Rey was good, but again, I still think Rey shouldn't have been that powerful in that fight, which was bullcrap. But I'm not gonna continue dwelling on that.
Well, it'll explain it. Trust me, it'll explain it.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till the next one. We'll see why.
Yeah, until that comes out, though, we're not gonna have any. I'm not gonna have any insight on that.
Okay, now on to our next one, we have our 13 seed versus our number 12 seed. Our 13 seed is Luke versus Vader, episode 6, versus Luke versus Vader, episode 5.
Wow.
Yeah, this one's gonna be tough.
That one's
Honestly, I mean, from an aesthetic,
I would have to say episode 6.
I was gonna agree with you.
Episode 6 versus episode 5.
I think.
I'm trying to remember those fights and everything that happened, and then just see what I think was better.
Well, episode 5 had the emotion. It's iconic. Episode 6 also iconic in its own right. But when it comes down to it, I think episode 6 is like it's a good finale, and I think it kind of pulls together what we've seen over the past few films. That just like pulls it together as like an epic fight. It shows how far Luke has come. It ultimately ends with Vader turning back to Anakin. And I think that's an awesome... spoilers, by the way.
Well, for like a 25-year-old film?
Yeah. Spoilers.
I agree with you guys. Yeah, it was very iconic, and I liked watching Vader turned back into Anakin. I liked that part a lot. It was a very good fight too. So we'll give it to them.
Jumping into our next round, we have Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan versus Maul Episode 1 versus Obi-Wan versus Anakin Episode 3. Now this is probably going to be one of the toughest fights, I'd say, because they're considered the best. They're considered two of the best in the entire franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if not the best, you know. So you start.
Okay,
What do you think?
I would say, because this is also my favorite fight scene, it would be Obi-Wan versus Anakin Episode 3. I liked it a lot because of the speed from the lightsaber battles. Like, it was like, just in like a second or two, he swung like 5 to 7 times. It was amazing. The speed, the anger, the drama, like, you know, Anakin fighting his master.
Yeah.
And it was a very long lightsaber fight, which I liked. I loved watching it. It was entertaining the entire time. The place they were fighting at, that was a really
Mustafar.
Mustafar. It was a very like evilish looking place. It was deadly with the lava, and it was scary, but also exciting to watch.
It was like the perfect place for
A
battle
lightsaber.
between like two legends to fight. You know what I mean?
And it seems like afterwards you would want to go back there and, you know, build your house.
Yeah, build a castle there. Maybe
An
a
evil
massive
castle. Yeah,
That's cool though.
I loved that fight. Don't get me wrong. I still loved
Episode 1.
Episode 1's fight, but it, you know, I can't deny that fight to me was the best.
Have you decided? Do you think you know what you're gonna say?
I'm honestly gonna have to agree with Eric here.
Episode 3.
Yeah, Episode 3. Like, it's just that is like
The culmination of what we've been waiting for.
Again, in one of our previous podcasts where we were comparing the films, Revenge of the Sith, it created like a standard where any Star Wars film afterwards had to meet.
Yeah.
And that is one of those fights that like it set that standard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It really raised the bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
And that's why a lot of people think that's why a good chunk of people think Episode 7 is kind of a letdown in the sense that like Revenge of the Sith, not like the perfect film, but still a very good Star Wars film. It's probably we've agreed before in my other podcast. When I check that out, we'll link up here. But it's, you know, you can kind of choose which ones you prefer, and I think that Revenge of the Sith set that bar in terms of. Especially lightsaber fighting, and I think that every film should be trying, if not doing it better, trying to at least reach that. And I think Episode 8 is setting up to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, you know.
Yeah, we've also got to remember that like Episode 7 is like, you know, it's supposed to show them in the like the Padawan stage where Rey is like, you know, discovering her power and learning.
Yeah. So hopefully next, I hope, you know, I heard it starts up. I heard The Last Jedi starts right after Force Awakens ends. I kind of hope that doesn't happen. I kind of hope it's like at least like 6 months to even a year after, because then like they can kind of do more, and she'll be like further with the Force, and we can see them training, and she'll be better than what she was.
Yeah, I hope she's like fully trained, like not fully trained, but like, you know,
in the training process.
In the beginning stages, like.
But not like the
starting
Empire Strikes Back. Trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like real training. That's what I mean. So yeah, I'm gonna go with you guys too. Anakin versus Obi-Wan. I think
it was just my favorite fight. I loved it. Everything was good about it. Nothing was wrong.
I just think it was the culmination we were waiting for. We were waiting to see this Vader versus Obi-Wan fight since A New Hope. Wanted to see what happened before then, you know, when they were younger, and I think that was the perfect fight. I would say the Tarzan swinging thing didn't have to be in the fight.
Yeah, that's why,
like the downfall of that fight. But then the rest is good though. I love the rest. So
yeah.
So okay, well that one's going out then. We're moving up. All right, now for our final round of the semifinals, we have Finn versus Traitor, Episode 7, and Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku, Episode 3.
Oh, come on. All right.
Wait, Obi-Wan versus Dooku, Episode 2.
Obi-Wan and Anakin versus
Obi-Wan
Dooku,
and
Episode 3.
Anakin. That one to me won. That one wins. That's just a better fight. I mean, we mostly picked Finn versus Traitor just because it's funny.
I want to pick Traitor because it's funny, but I gotta go with.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta go with.
Yeah, same.
The one that should win.
So now we're on to our finals here. We have our number 8 seed, which is Mace Windu versus Palpatine Episode 3 versus Luke versus Vader Episode 6. What are your choices, Psycho?
I'm actually probably going to have to go with Mace versus Palpatine.
Wow.
Just because, like, what was it? Luke and Episode 6?
Yeah, Luke versus Vader Episode 6.
I have to say Mace, like, just because it's, like, more cinematic, really. Like, I understand there's more emotion behind it, but there's, like...
It's like more of a fun fight to you?
Yeah, it's more enjoyable for me to watch.
Entertaining?
Like, yeah, it's more...
Yeah.
It's like...
It is cool because it's really interesting to see, like, Palpatine and Mace go at it, because, like...
Because, like, you have, like, you know...
They're both really powerful beings.
Yeah, Mace is, like...
So
aside from Yoda, like, you also have Mace who's, like, been told to be like, oh, I'm this great, powerful Jedi. And then, oh, hey... Are you sure that this guy is the Sith Lord?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, it's nice to see, like, you know, the first, like, true, like, clash of, like, good versus evil in the entire prequel.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, too. What about you? What do you think?
I have to go with Mace and Palpatine.
Wow, really?
Yeah, there's just something about that fight. I mean, I don't know why.
Like, don't get me
wrong. I like the other one.
I know you're probably gonna say Luke and Vader.
I knew what he was gonna choose. That's why I was like, you know what? I know you're gonna choose Luke and Vader, but Palpatine and Mace are the two most powerful Jedi. Because before, if you watch the
excluding
podcast,
Yoda.
Okay, excluding Yoda, but Mace has said we voted that he was the most powerful Jedi
overall. With lightsaber skill, force ability, physical attributes.
So then who would be? But he's on the good side. He's on the light. Now who on the dark side? Who do you think is the most powerful Jedi? Sith. Sorry.
Well, yeah, Sidious is.
Would be Sidious. So you have the most two powerful beings going at it. That's just really, really entertaining and really interesting.
But then on the flip side, they say Luke is supposed to be more powerful in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but he's still young. You know, he's not fully.
No.
I wasn't
that young.
I mean,
I mean,
I think he's like 25 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was like his.
He's not.
Maybe 23.
He's not
actually.
super.
He's not that old though.
He's not super young, but he's young compared to Mace and Palpatine.
Yeah, I'd say like, I mean, with Luke, you're kind of like, when you compare Luke to other Jedi, you kind of have to cheat there, because like Luke's the son of the chosen one. If you didn't know, you instantly get like the power of Anakin. I don't think he has as much of it, but he still has a lot. Do you know what I mean? So he instantly just has that extra leg up in the competition compared to other Jedi. So.
Well, what are your reasonings though? Maybe you could change our mind.
Okay, so why I would pick Luke versus Vader, Episode 6. Although I do really like the fight between Mace and Palpatine, I would choose Luke versus Vader because I mean, it's the ending of an era. Do you know what I mean? It is what we've been waiting for this entire time. It's the fulfillment of the prophecy. Do you know what I mean? Anakin finally destroys the Sith. He brings balance to the Force. No Jedi left. No Sith. I mean, you could say technically Luke is a Jedi, but he's his own Jedi.
Yeah,
like he's not the same as Yoda.
The new age.
He saw the flaws of Yoda's order, and he's like making his own. Essentially, like I'd call him a gray Jedi. I mean, I refer to that with what essentially that is a Jedi who kind of just does their own thing. And,
like Qui-Gon.
Yeah, well, they don't necessarily do what's good, but they do what they feel is right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I think. That's why I like that. So
if they have to kill someone, they gotta kill someone.
I don't know. I just think it's an interesting combination. Luke tries, instead of like Luke turns his father back to good, and then when you think like Luke's about to get killed by a Palpatine, Vader's like, "You're right. Oh my God, he's my son. I gotta save him."
Yeah,
and he saves him. And I don't know. I just think it's like it's such a nice like ending to the entire story. It's a family story. George Lucas said it himself. It's a story of family generations. You know what I mean? First we see Anakin's story, then we see Luke's story, then we see Rey's story. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Just kidding.
Just tell us.
It's coming. It's coming. You'll find out. It's coming.
I'm just agreeing because we will find out about it. We just haven't yet.
But I
We
mean,
will though.
that's why I would
Watch
choose Luke
him
versus
just like
Vader. But
watch him just like let us down. It's like, oh hey, Rey's just some random force sensitive child.
I'd kill someone.
so Luke versus Vader, I would choose, but you guys choose Mace versus Palpatine. So that means that Mace versus Palpatine goes on to the championship. Now, for our final round in the finals, we have number 10, which is Anakin versus Obi-Wan Episode 3, versus the number 6 seed, which is Obi-Wan and Anakin versus Dooku in Episode 3. I mean,
Anakin and Obi-Wan.
yeah, Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Oh my god, yes. You know that's my favorite, and you know that... And just because it's my favorite fight doesn't mean that it's gonna win. It just means that I like that more than I like that fight. I mean, it was so good.
Yeah. And now we come down to our championship, our final round. I think we all know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But let's do this. Okay,
I
so
don't know, we might be
our number
surprised.
8 seed, Mace Windu versus Palpatine Episode 3 versus Obi-Wan and Anakin Episode 3. I'll throw my vote in right away. I'm gonna say Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Obi-Wan and Anakin.
There you go, boom. So
that fight was just really, really good. I think it's most people's favorite fight scene. I mean, you gotta love that fight. And maybe it would have been a little bit better and more of a challenge going up against Luke versus Vader, Episode 6. But
yeah.
But I mean, either way, I think we both know which would have won.
Yeah. I mean, in the end, I already knew what I was probably going to vote for. The people who watch my videos, my loyal subs and stuff, they already know what my favorite movie is. They know what my favorite fight is.
Yep.
They know my favorite characters. They all know that stuff. So you already knew what was going to happen. But
exactly.
It is the best fight. You know, it just is the best fight. You know, I understand.
Had the most action, the most speed, the most aggression, and it was very dramatic. It had everything you wanted in a good lightsaber fight: speed, action, anger, and drama.
The emotion in it is. The emotions of the original trilogy ones, yes, you can't deny that's there. But I just think that this prequel trilogy, well, I should say this prequel film, it's just a fun film. And I think that the ending of the film is a perfect ending to it, you know? So, I don't know. That's just me, of course. But, of course, that's just our opinion. Yeah. So let us know your opinion in the comments below.
No, I just gotta say...
Any final thoughts?
No, I just gotta say... I'm glad that at least the traitor fight made it past one. like
that might be the worst fight in the entire franchise. I mean, that's what we have to do. We should have found out what was the worst fight. That's what we should have did.
Honestly, that one versus what it went against. I mean, if it would have went against any other fight.
Yeah, if it went against like any other fight,
then it would have lost. But look what it went up
Obi-Wan
against.
versus Dooku Episode 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was only a 2-second fight. I mean, think about it. Still, in my opinion, it was a little bit better.
Traitor!
Any final things you want to say? Any plugs?
Nope.
He's starting his channel soon.
It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. I promise this time.
Check the link below. You can check out his channel. So, yeah. Any final thoughts? Any extra things you want to add before we close out this video?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Okay. All right, that's it, guys. Once again, if you want to see more videos like this, give us some suggestions to talk about. You know, maybe who's the best character. You know, not like strongest. We did strongest before. Maybe we want to do best character, something like that. Let us know. It can be anything. Who's the worst character? Boom. Something like that. Like I said, let us know in the comments below.
Episode 1.
Oh, well, I'd say maybe Jar Jar, though.
Yeah, that would be my...
I don't mind Episode 1 Anakin. Anyways, we're not into this yet. We're going to wait for next video. Like I said, remember to like, subscribe, and until next time, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.